You guys sent us questions on how we built a multi-7-figure YouTube automation business, and we're here to answer. What's the difference between low-effort AI spam and a high-value faceless brand? Okay, so I'm glad this is brought up because right now, guys, if you're creating, I'm so happy this is brought up because I told you guys, if you guys watch my content, you know I'm the real one. All right, I was the first one to break this news story. I had to predict what YouTube was gonna do because I just saw it heading towards this direction. If you watch my video, it got over 100,000 views on my channel. You can re-watch it, but I was trying to predict what the July 15th YouTube update was because the YouTube was being weird and vague about what it meant. Turns out I was right. The channels that are doing low effort like AI stories, and I'll put like thumbnails on the screen so you can kind of see what it looks like, those channels right now are getting demonetized. Those channels YouTube doesn't want to see on their platform. Okay, they don't want to see that stuff. YouTube wants to see that you are using yourself, a human, in the process in some way. You're actually putting effort in. They do not want bots on their platform pressing one button to create everything, you know, automatically, because that ruins the point of YouTube. The point of YouTube was to create some level of like authenticity, some level of people creative, some level of human in the process, right? Doesn't mean a human needs to be shown on camera. It just means that a human needs to be truly involved in the process, and it needs to be visibly seen in that way. The thing about these AI tools, if you literally just let AI write the entire thing and you don't try to add any human element, you don't add a paragraph, you don't remove a paragraph, when you just let AI do it, the problem with that is it creates patterns. AI is completely based on patterns, and what YouTube has is they have an AI detection system that is trying to find repetitive patterns so then it can scout out what is a fully AI channel. And once they find it, they don't want that type of channel. They're okay with AI. Like, I want to make that clarification. They're okay with you using AI in the process, but they don't want the entire thing done with AI. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused about. So ultimately, though, a lot of niches are okay right now, but for sure the ones that are getting flagged are like those AI stories where literally people press one button to create these automatically. Like, they had programs to do it for them. A high value faceless brand would be like, for example, there's two different kinds. There's one kind which is like, I'll put an example, but there's this history channel that you can check out later and see. But this one history channel does a very good job at balancing the faceless side and doing what YouTube is supposed to be. Like YouTube automation, what I preach is supposed to be. They're doing it very, very well. So you can model after them and see what quality of videos they're creating. But then there's also really advanced levels of YouTube automation that cost a little bit more money. I mean, by a little, I mean a lot more, which is like 2D animations or 3D animations. People are doing that and they're crushing it because a lot of people, the barrier of entry is so high because to make that
costs a lot more.
It costs a lot more money to make that specific type of content. But that is really what YouTube wants. They want to see those different types of high value channels. They don't want to see low effort spam. Is it normal to get 0 views on your first 10 videos?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
But I wouldn't say 0 views. I would say low views. So like 0 views, something might be off.
Double digit at least.
Yeah, like 10 views and to 100 views. That's normal in the first 10 videos, especially if you're a beginner. That's normal. I would say, like, look, results come differently for everybody. I wouldn't judge your channel until at least 15 videos in to see what might be going wrong. If you're not getting like at least like 5,000 views or so every other video by that time, then there's something wrong for sure, like that you're doing with the videos, either video quality or the niche is not a viable niche anymore. One example I tell people is like, look, when it comes down to results, some people that we've worked with, they get results really quick, like 3 months. You know, we had a client that does $90,000 in a single month. I mean, just crazy numbers like that. Of course, that's on the high end. But then we have other clients that took even longer, where like one of our clients recently reached out and said, hey, so, you know, it's been like 2.5 years, and this client has now done, like, finally really gone viral, finally really figured it out and cracked the code because it's a little bit slower of a learner, but he pushed through and now he's doing over $70,000 in the last 3 months. His channel is just popping off. I think he's doing 20 to 30K a month now. So, I mean, the truth is, my answer to this is you have to go into this with a long-term mindset. Of course, nobody wants to have to wait 2.5 years, right? 2.5 years. No one wants to wait that long, but it's the fact that you have to go in being like, I'll do anything to master this game, no matter how long it takes. I'll push myself because the business does work. There's lots of people making money in this business, but you have to be willing to push yourself.
And when it works, it works.
Yeah, it blows up really, really big. Like, once you hit a viral video, everything else takes off. So like, you could go from literally $500 a month to, like, you're talking about $90,000 a month. If
Exactly.
you do, obviously that's exceptional, but you get what I'm saying. Even 10K a month, that's really good. So, but you have to go into it with a long-term mindset. You have to be obsessed. Like, you have to be like, I'm not going to be focusing on this side hustle, this side. I'm focusing on just one side hustle, and I'm running it up. That's what you have to do. At what point did you realize your Faceless channels were real business and not just a side hustle? So I think for me, because she jumped in when I was doing like low six figures is when I met her, and then I started getting her in on the company with me. So for me, when I was starting out from zero, I remember my dad, he gave me 6 months to be able to make $3,000 a month. If I made $3,000 a month, then he would allow me to like officially be done with high school, and I could just go all in on the business. So that to me was like real success. I mean, it wasn't enough for me to like leave my parents' house or anything like that, but it was enough for me to be like, okay, like I officially am onto something that's big, that is like could become a real business. And so for me, it was like $3,000 a month is like serious for me. I think for other people, if you work a 9 to 5, maybe that's like $10,000 a month, you know, but that's what it was for me. Is YouTube saturated with AI content in 2026? Can a beginner still break through? What do you think?
I believe they still can, because it's not even about saturation. I think it's about being unique and stand out, because it doesn't matter what you're in, whatever business you're in, you have to be unique and stand out. That's the most important
Well, not
part.
just that, but like, okay, so when you say that, a lot of people get confused.
Yeah.
And they'll think that we're asking them to reinvent the wheel. And
No.
that's not what she means by unique. What she means by unique is look at what has already worked in the past. Certain video ideas in your niche that has gone viral. And then all you have to do now with AI, it's so much easier. All you have to do is take a photo, like a screenshot of all the thumbnails and titles that's gone viral in your niche recently, send it to like ChatGPT or Google Gemini, and literally ask it, how can I make complementary video ideas that relate off of these ones, right? That's all you have to do, because what will happen is where if people are making a video idea that went viral and everyone's trying to copy that one person, right? Well, if you make a video idea that people after watching that viral video will want to then watch your video right after, because it kind of complements off of each other versus being a direct one-for-one copy, then you'll blow up.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people don't understand. Like, that's the secret sauce right there. I really shouldn't be giving you guys all the secret sauce. We should probably save it for our 5-day challenge, which the link is in the description if you want to join the 5-day challenge, where I go live teaching you guys all of this one-on-one and everything. But how do you guys split the work? Who handles the scripts and who handles the tech/AI tools?
I love writing the script. I think that's the most fun part of the whole process, because if the script not good, everything else will fall apart. So because of AI tool now, like Google Gemini, we're able to write script that's so good, sounds just like human, but so much more better with full research.
I think that's a good tip. By the way, guys, everyone's using ChatGPT. I know I taught ChatGPT in the past because it used to work. ChatGPT is the worst tool now. Don't use Chat. Like,
it's dumb.
Google Gemini is way better. Like, it tops everything. All right. So just a side note. But yeah, so she handles the script writing. Like, that's mainly what she does. I personally handle the video ideas. Now, granted, I have a team that still like sends us video ideas and will say, hey, like, what's your opinion about this? And I'll give like kind of like more consultation of like how to fix it up and then run with it. So it's not like I'm sitting there nonstop making video ideas. I do have a team that helps me with this process. But I do the video ideas and like oversee the thumbnails. Thumbnail generation is typically either with Google Gemini can create the thumbnails for you, or we actually have designers that pretty much use Google Gemini to do it for us. Because, you know, if you had to sit there and do everything yourself, you would only be able to scale one channel and that's it. We're trying to scale multiple at the same time. And so that's why, you know, we do that. The other tool, so like Google Gemini, is 11 Labs. So 11 Labs is super helpful for like AI narrations, like voiceover. So I really recommend that one. The other, okay, so there, it says 3 tools, like the question. So those 2 tools are like mandatory. I would say the third tool wouldn't even be a tool. It's just like a place to go to hire people.
Yes.
Like Fiverr or Upwork, you can hire amazing editors. I will say there's about to be like an editing tool that's going to hit the market probably in like 4 or 5 months. And that editing tool is going to be able to do like 80% of the editing for you. So it's an AI tool, but obviously I can't talk about it until it's officially released.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be big once it comes out. Okay, so does working on a business together ever cause arguments, or has it brought you closer?
I say it brought us closer. I think because we're able to work together, we don't feel like time is not spent correctly, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people who are couple and they work in two different fields, sometimes they feel left alone. Let's say the person come back from work, they feel like, oh, you don't spend time with me, but reality that person just happened to be tired that night. But for us, be able to discuss work together while also feel like we're spending time together, if that makes sense.
Like it's definitely helpful how we're working together on one business, because like right now we're in the car, we're driving to our gym, and then our personal trainer is gonna, you know, really make our day hard today. And then right after we head back home, we get even more work done, and then we spend the night, like, you know, watching TV or whatever, right? That's kind of like our routine. So like every time we are, like, we're always together, so like every single second of the day is almost like a business meeting. So I think it's actually drawn us closer together, and I think it also is helpful because we kind of know the dynamic of who's in charge of what. Like, because I was the early adopter, like I was the first one to really do YouTube automation, and so she came in later when I already had kind of a business moving, but not on a 7-figure level, but on a 6-figure level. So she understands I'm obviously the one that's the boss in a way. Like I call the shots, but she helps out with everything else and like where I need her to be, and that helps because then there's no friction. I think the problem with some like partner relationships on business is they both don't agree on who's in charge of what, or who's the final say, who's technically the boss, and that's where there's arguments. That's where there's a disconnect. How much money do you actually need to spend on AI tools to get a channel off the ground?
Well, Google Gemini is $20.
Google Gemini is actually free.
So, you can actually use it free. Yes,
Google Gemini, if you're using it to write scripts, is free. If you're using it to create thumbnails, I think sometimes you're supposed to upgrade if you use it too often. If you use the tool too often, you do need to upgrade, which is only $20 a month. So it's not too bad. 11 Labs, there's different tiers. We have the highest tier because we do a lot with 11 Labs, but you don't need the highest tier. You could probably do, I think the lower tier is like $10 or $20 a month you could go with.
$15.99.
Yeah, something like that. And then the only expensive part would be hiring the editor.
Yes.
You know, the editor just depends on the quality of the video. You can get it from $40 a video, you know, anywhere higher depending on the quality. Like people do 2D animations. I mean, 2D animation is going to cost you $400 a video, which obviously I don't recommend really anybody do that unless you're like someone with a lot of money. That's where the cost is, right? So here's the thing. If you don't have at least $300 or so a month to $500 a month, in that situation, you have to be willing to go into this and edit the videos yourself. You can use a tool called CapCut and just learn how to edit the videos, learn how to get the footage, put it all together. Once you start making money, and by the way, all this I've done. I'm speaking from experience, guys. Like all of this I've gone through the season of my life. Once you finally gain momentum, now you have the money to then pay people to help make it for you, right? And that saves you a lot of time. So that's just probably the cost of doing business just to get into this. How do you find profitable, high-paying niches?
There's this tool called 11 Labs.
Why do you say it like that? There's this tool?
Because it's my second language, so don't mind me. But yeah, there's this tool called 11 Labs. It's game changer.
It's not 11 Labs. Your brain.
Oh my God! Next left.
Dude,
please don't kill me, guys.
Her brain is so messed up right now.
Because I'm about to go to the gym. It's okay. Don't worry.
She's thinking about leg day. She's freaking out. She doesn't want to go through it. Okay, next left.
Next left. It will literally tell you if the channel is monetized or not, and you can go over to analytics. Yeah.
Analytics. Yeah.
It will tell you how much they earned the past 28 days and how much view they got for that last 28 days.
And also, if you use the next left tool, you go to their dashboard, like their actual website. Every single day, updates with different channels, different niches that are blowing up right now. That helps you a lot to quickly find what's working. Do you think it's better to start 5 channels at once or go all in on one?
Ooh, I think go all in one first. I don't know what your opinion is.
No, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Look, why do you want to fail 5 times if you don't even know how to go viral on the first? Like, it always made me laugh when people would say, hey, I'm thinking about doing 5 channels. I got this channel, this channel, this channel, this niche. Like, they would say that, and they would think that that's impressive to me, but it's not. What's impressive is you focus fully on one channel first and just execute to the highest level. You try to make it the #1 channel for your niche. That is impressive to someone like me who's a veteran. Like, I'll look at that and be like, oh, you're doing it right. You actually want to win. Someone who doesn't want to win is someone who does multiple channels at once, because your brain, especially if you have past failures, because your brain is going to not be able to look at what actually works. You've never been able to achieve any success ever. So how do you know what a good successful channel even looks like in the first place?
Yeah.
So you're gonna fail 5 times and your brain and your energy split
You
up.
don't even have time to review all 5 scripts at the same time.
We don't
Weekly.
even no with us. We like I don't me myself only. I don't run 5 channels. I have a whole team to run over 7 channels right now. Okay, like so understand you need a team to run that operation. You yourself like I'm running 5. I mean. What? Like I can't even pull that off. Like it doesn't make sense. All right, guys. Hopefully you liked this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, comment down below. We'll probably do another Q&A like this if this video does well. So
Yep.
yeah, take care.